for us from Iowa. Sarah Palin was not the only one in Iowa today. President Obama was there as well. And the race for the White House is on. So where do the candidates and the non-candidates like Sarah Palin stand thus far? Joining us, Chip Saltzman, former presidential campaign manager for Mike Huckabee. He is in Nashville. And here in Washington, D.C., Democratic strategist Jennifer Palmieri, a senior vice president with the Center for American Progress, and our own chief political analyst, Gloria Borger. Chip, let's start with you. I know that we're still more than 200 days away from the Iowa caucuses, but never too soon to start. What kind of message do you think Sarah Palin is sending to Iowa voters by debuting her movie in their state?
Well, I think the first message is I'm relevant, I'm in the game, I want to be a part of the conversation. You take her being in Pella, Iowa today in a red carpet treatment, Hollywood premiere type thing, and what she did in New Hampshire with Mitt Romney's announcement. She is going to be a part of this conversation. She's going to interject herself in this conversation, and the media is going to cover it because they just can't help themselves. So the biggest thing, the message I get tonight is Sarah Palin wants to be part of the 2012 conversation, and she is.
I don't think
that's really different from running, though, right, Chip? I mean, do you think she's going to run? I mean, being part of the conversation is a different thing.
I think that's right. I don't think she will run, but if she does, she's certainly trying to do it a completely different way. I mean, you know, most people are doing door-to-door and small coffees at people's houses, and she has a red carpet premiere in Pella. So maybe we did it wrong 4 years ago, but if we did, maybe shame on us.
Well, it's true. The media can't help themselves quite clearly, as we're evidencing here. But
well, we can't, and you know, nor should we, honestly. I mean, she shows up somewhere, it's news, right? I mean, why shouldn't we cover?
It's very un-Iowa to show up to premiere a movie about yourself in Iowa, right? Like a little bit about Iowa caucus goers. That's not what they're looking for.
It's a movie made by a filmmaker about her.
It's a movie about her. You come to Iowa. It's just very Sarah Palin.
There is someone else making a non-political political trip to Iowa today, and that is President Obama. He visited a manufacturing plant saying it's not about politics, but at this time going to Iowa is always about politics. So let me ask you, Jennifer, first of all, let's listen to a little bit of what he had to say on his trip today.
I know you've been seeing a lot of politicians around lately. Something tells me that you may see a few more before February is over. But Iowa, you and I, we go a long way back. And those of you who are coming over from the Illinois side, we go even longer back. So we've got some history together, and together we're going to make some more history for years to come.
Of course, his primary victory in Iowa is what was the springboard to his nomination. What will be his message to win in Iowa next year if he's going to, given how the Republicans will saturate it up until then?
Well, I think you see there's sort of a proxy war happening right now. American Crossroads came up last week, the Republican group, with ads hitting Obama and the economy. Tomorrow, Priorities USA, another outside Democratic funded group, is coming up with ads on the economy. And I think, you know, if the Obama re-election was just a referendum on the economy, that would be a big problem. But it's going to be a choice, and I think the point that they're trying to make is that this choice is between Obama, who's saying things in the middle class is the engine of economic growth, and the Republican candidates, all of whom support the Ryan plan. You know, people are so focused on Michele Bachmann, so conservative, and Mitt Romney is a moderate. Mitt Romney said he would sign the Ryan plan into law.
But Obama doesn't want this election to be about him. He wants this election to be about the choice that you were talking about.
If it's a referendum
it's a problem for him.
If it's a referendum on the economy, it's a problem for him.
Both. I think both.
Well, but a re-election of the president is about the president.
Right.
The re-election of the president is about him. It will be about the economy. It will be about what he's done over the last 4 years. And if you look at 4 years ago, unemployment is up. Gas prices is up. Prosperity is down. I mean, Obama's going to have to defend that, and he's going to have a very hard time. And that's why he's in Iowa today, because it is the political season.
Not if the Democrats can help it. They're going to try to make this campaign about the Republicans, not about the president's record.
Right. Well, it is about a choice. I mean, fundamentally, that is what it's about. It's about what Obama would do versus what the Republicans would do.
Let me ask you about
work in the midterms when he said things would have been worse.
Right. Had I not. But that wasn't about. But he wasn't on the ballot. It'll be different.
Gloria, let me ask you about the candidate who seems to be surging right now, or getting a lot of our attention. Today, I know, and next week it'll be a different story. Michele Bachmann. Yeah. She just held her first event in South Carolina, and she says she plans to compete everywhere in every state. Listen to this.
We want to win South Virginia. We want to win New Hampshire. We want to win Iowa. We want to win Hawaii. And we think that there's a certain Hawaiian resident that maybe should go back to Hawaii. Should we help him fill out his change of address form today?
Now,
she's just admitting he was born in this country,
right? I'm serious. She's trying to clean up the record on that. That was intentional.
You think so?
I really do. She's like walking back now. All of a sudden, he was anti-American in 08. Now he's patriotic. He's a Hawaiian resident. She's cleaning herself
Gloria,
up.
do you think that Democrats would view a Bachmann nomination as a secret gift?
Yeah, I think they would, because the thing about Michele Bachmann that we've seen in these first few days on the campaign trail is that she's undisciplined. She has said a lot of things and misspoken, and she has to take them back. Her record is thinner than a lot of people thought. And if Republicans say that the problem with Barack Obama is that he didn't have enough experience to be president of the United States, then running a candidate with not a lot of experience is probably a problem for the Republican talking points, I would think.
Chip, and last question to you. You know, Bachmann's former chief of staff, Ron Carey, who was also the former chairman of the Minnesota Republican Party, wrote an op-ed in the Des Moines Register criticizing his former boss today and complimenting one of her rivals. He said that having seen the two of them up close and over a long period of time, it is clear to me that while Tim Pawlenty possesses the judgment, demeanor, and readiness to serve as president, Michele Bachmann decidedly does not. So is Iowa a race really between Bachmann and Pawlenty at this point?
Well, I think Bachmann's certainly surging in Iowa. She's doing well in the polls, and she fits Iowa really well. Pawlenty's having a hard time getting started there. I know Ron, he's a good guy, but he's endorsed Pawlenty. He's for Pawlenty, and I put this more in a political operative supporting the guy he's supporting and taking a shot at somebody else, another political opponent. And I would take this message to the Democrats. Be careful what you wish for. We wished for a guy named Bill Clinton to be the Democrat nominee in 1992, and he cleaned our clock. So be careful what you wish for out there. Michele Bachmann is smart. She's a great communicator. She talks directly to the people, and she's somebody that can inspire a big base out there, and independents is like to go out there and vote for her.
Be careful what you wish for. All right. Thanks to all of you for being with us tonight. I think this
not so sure about independence.
We'll continue this conversation for quite some time to come. And you won't want